I am Anthony Elmore, President and Founder of the Proud Black Buddhist World Association. We at the Proud Black Buddhist World Association practice the Buddhist teachings as taught by the 13th century Japanese Buddhist sage Nichiren. The word Nichiren means sun lotus, and the word shonin means priest. So we practice the teachings of Nichiren Shonin. Now, the way that we teach and study Buddhism is based on the Gosho. The Gosho are letters that Nichiren Shonin wrote to teach his disciples Buddhism. It is Nichiren Shonin that teaches us that the highest teachings of the Buddha Shakyamuni was that of the Lotus Sutra, and we are to practice only the Lotus Sutra. Now, today we have an exciting Buddhist lecture for you today, and our Buddhist lecture is called President Barack Obama Encourages Black Youth to Embrace Their Black Heritage, a Buddhist lecture. Now, why is this important? You see, let's begin to understand from the standpoint of President Obama and from the standpoint of the Proud Black Buddhists. We at the Proud Black Buddhist World Association practice the teachings of the Lotus Sutra. Now, in the Gosho, it's called the Gift of Rice. And in the Gift of Rice, this is what it explains about the Buddhist teachings. It says, the true path lies in affairs of this world. The Golden Light Sutra states, quote, to have a profound knowledge of this world is itself Buddhism. The Nirvana Sutra states, quote, all non-Buddhist scriptures and writings in society are themselves Buddhist teachings and not non-Buddhist teachings. He goes on further. When the great teacher Malo compared these passages from the one from the 6th volume of the Lotus Sutra that reads, quote, no worldly affairs of life or work are ever contrary to the true reality. He revealed their meaning and pointed out that although the first two sutras are profound, since their meaning is still shallow and fails to approach that of the Lotus Sutra, they relate secular matters in terms of Buddhism, whereas the Lotus Sutra explains that in the end, secular matters are the entirety of Buddhism. You see, ladies and gentlemen, in order for you to understand Buddhism, Buddhism as it is taught or as it is projected as some Asian religion. Buddhism did not start in Asia. The Lotus Sutra did not get to Japan until 1400 years after the death of the Buddha. The Japanese or Asians didn't get Buddhist teachings till over 1,000 years. Buddhism was in Africa, and the people who were Buddhists were black people. Now, I started practicing Buddhism as a teenager in 1970. We were taught by our Japanese brothers, and we can report that the Japanese and Asians have misled black people in regards to Buddhism and the Lotus Sutra. We put a warning label in regards to the Japanese sects that teach Buddhism to black people. The Japanese extricate all black history, culture, and language from the Buddhist teachings. Now, the true teachings of Buddhism is the Lotus Sutra that explains, quote, in the end, secular matters are the entirety of Buddhism. Now, on 7th, 2016, President Barack Obama Jr. did the commencement address to the students at the historically black college in Washington, D.C. called Howard University. Howard University was started by the Freedmen's Bureau after the Civil War. It was started to give blacks an education. And some of the people who have graduated, the world's first recipient of the Nobel Prize come from Howard. The first Supreme Court Justice comes from Howard University. Howard University has a tradition of great black leaders who have made a difference not only among black people, but they have made a difference in our world. Now, it is the Lotus Sutra that teaches us that all secular matters are the entirety of Buddhism. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you study what the President of the United States of America, who has a message to young graduated African Americans, that is a secular matter, but that is Buddhism. The way that we teach Buddhism, we at the Proud Black Buddhist World Association follow the teachings, or at least we are in concert with President Barack Obama Jr., who encourages African Americans to embrace and be confident of their black heritage. Now, please understand that the Asians hijacked Buddhism, and racist whites and Asians changed the image of the Buddha from black to white. The history and culture of Buddhism is misrepresented. Those Japanese and white leaders who smile in your face, they are at the same time stabbing you in the back because they purposefully misrepresent the Buddhist teachings. Buddhist history is black history in that the Buddha was a Naga. The Nagas were the black Buddhists of India, and they were the Buddhists. However, you had people who hijacked Buddhism. Now, let us listen to President Obama explain to African American youth about how things have changed and how we should have a global perspective of things, and that we African Americans can be who we choose to be. Let's listen to President Obama.
In my inaugural address, I remarked that just 60 years earlier, my father might not have been served in a D.C. restaurant, at least not certain of them. There were no black CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, very few black judges. Shoot, as Larry Wilmore pointed out last week, a lot of folks didn't even think blacks had the tools to be a quarterback. Today, former Bull Michael Jordan isn't just the greatest basketball player of all time, he owns the team. When I was graduating, the main black hero on TV was Mr. T. Rap and hip-hop were counterculture, underground. Now Shonda Rhimes owns Thursday night, and Beyonce runs the world. We're no longer entertainers, we're producers, studio executives, no longer small business owners, we're CEOs, we're mayors, representatives, presidents of the United States.
And we are presidents of the Proud Black Buddhist World Association, who has the confidence, the courage to teach black people Buddhism. This is what we are absolutely 100% sure of. We at the proud Black Buddhist World Association have the confidence, as President Obama explains. We challenge any Japanese in the world and any white person in the world. We have the confidence that we can talk to black people better than any white person or better than any Japanese can talk to our people. Not only can we talk to them better, we have written records in that we have produced more material for the black or the African American people than anybody else in the world. If we know that we can talk to black people better, not only can we talk to black people better, we are talking to black people better. At the time of this lecture, we have over 335 videos talking to black people about Buddhism, and we warning black people about what the Japanese did, like sects like the SGI, the Nichiren Shoshu, and Nichiren Shu. What they did was they extricated all the black history, culture, and language from Buddhism. So ladies and gentlemen, you cannot look at Buddhism and look to some Asian to teach you, because the Asians who teach you Buddhism, they misrepresent Buddhism because they took out all the black culture, all the black history, all the black language. And to do this is a mean-spirited people. It's an evil thing. It misrepresents, and it's not equality. One thing that you can be sure of, especially when it comes to the Japanese sets of the SGI, Nichiren Shoshu, Nichiren Shu, you can be 100% sure that they have extricated all the black culture, history, and language from the Buddhist religion and their teachings. You can be sure of that. Now, let's go on further to what President Barack Obama teaches. Now, please understand that black people have no Buddhist predecessors. However, in the case of learning how to be a black Buddhist in America, we have black heroes we can follow. And they are the bodhisattvas of the earth. They are our Buddhist teachers. Let me grab the prayer book. If you look at our proud Black Buddhist prayer book, ladies and gentlemen, you will see that in our prayer book, we include the bodhisattvas of the earth. We have Dr. Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X, and the Indian hero Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. And we now have Harriet Tubman, or the Booker T. Washingtons, or all the great people in our black history who has taught us how to live as human beings and how we can be the best that we can be. See, President Obama had to go and learn how to be black in America. And the way that he became who he was, he embraced his black history. Now, what I want you to do, listen to more of President Barack Obama on April the 7th, that's last week on Saturday, April the 7th, 2016. Let's listen to more of what he says. He specifically tells black youth to embrace your blackness and be confident of being black, proud, and not only to be black and proud, but take up the struggle to make a difference in society. Don't just let someone suffer. Help the next man. We have people who've done this before him, and he take this struggle, and we can take the struggle. There is no certain way to be black, proud, and Buddhist, but by all means take up the struggle. Let's listen to President Obama and come back and put a period on this lecture.
First of all, and this should not be a problem for this group, be confident in your heritage. Be confident in your blackness. One of the great changes that's occurred in our country since I was your age is the realization there's no one way to be black. I take it from somebody who's seen both sides of the debate about whether I'm black or not. Past couple months I've had lunch with the Queen of England and hosted Kendrick Lamar in the Oval Office. There's no straitjacket, there's no constraints, there's no litmus test for authenticity. Some of you are the first in your family to graduate from college. You all talk different. You all dress different. You're Lakers fans, Celtics fans, maybe even some hockey fans. And because of those who come before you, you have models to follow. You can work for a company or start your own. You can go into politics or run an organization that holds politicians accountable. You can write a book that wins the National Book Award, or you can write the new run of Black Panther, or like one of your alumni, Ta-Nehisi Coates, you can go ahead and just do both. You can create your own style, set your own standard of beauty, embrace your own sexuality. Think about an icon we just lost, Prince. He blew up categories. People didn't know what Prince was doing. And folks loved him for it. You need to have the same confidence. Or as my daughters tell me all the time, you be you, Daddy. Sometimes Sasha puts a variation on it. You do you, Daddy. And because you're a black person doing whatever it is that you're doing, that makes it a black thing. Feel confident. Second, even as we each embrace our own beautiful, unique, and valid versions of our blackness, remember the tie that does bind us as African Americans. And that is our particular awareness of injustice and unfairness and struggle. That means we cannot sleepwalk through life. We cannot be ignorant of history. We can't meet the world with a sense of entitlement. We can't walk by a homeless man without asking why a society as wealthy as ours allows that state of affairs to occur.
As President Obama says, we cannot be ignorant of history. Understand that the Japanese sets, the SGI, Nichiren Shoshu, Nichiren Shu, and most Asians extricated black history from Buddhism. The Lotus Sutra teaches us to wisely use the law of cause and effect and practice and become the best human beings that we can be. Let us join together and work together and make a change in the world by fighting for freedom, justice, and equality for all human beings. This is what the Buddhist teaching teaches us, and this is what Buddhism is all about. I am Anthony L. Elmore, President and Founder of the Proud Black Buddhist World Association. Thank you very much. To equality, we're the red suited. We're called the Proud Black Buddhists. We're going to put you guys on alert. In the 15th chapter of the Sutra, where the Buddhist starvers on the earth, them giant suckers who trying to knock us. We are the Black Buddhist starvers. Dr. King, Malcolm X, and Nelson Mandela. The Black Buddhist starvers, the one that was starvers that come from India. His name was Abraham in Mecca. The old name for India is Eastern Ethiopia. From the land of India called Eastern Ethiopia, a great man called Shakyamuni Buddha. His great teacher was the long-term sutra. The little sutra teaches justice, freedom, and equality. We teach people how to be free. The teacher of the sutra, we're the best suited. We colonize them, the proud Black Buddhists.